Hi guys, welcome to this upload for you guys today here exclusively on Open Mic Night. I just want to say to you guys I'm your host always, Gavin Lots Fletcher, who always is known to bring honesty towards professional wrestling. Now I just want to point this out, this was highlighted towards obviously UWO podcast based on Facebook and YouTube itself by those three hosts that I get on with, Kyle, Eddie and Brian. I get on quite well with them. They talk about Karrion Kross, and I thought, okay, fair enough. I've been inspired by them to talk about this. Now, when they highlighted about him, about talking what they're going to do with him, what they're going to go forward in 2025 with him, I think this is needed to be done. Plus, as well, thank you ever so much for the 11 people who already hit that subscribe button. So, when I heard them talking about certain things towards the likes of Karrion Kross, why they're not using him and all this lot, I personally feel like this year was the start was at WrestleMania. Then, obviously, when you saw him do his promo and that lot, I feel like he's teasing his own stable and faction. And I feel like with Karrion Kross, he can be an asset towards the main roster finally. I think he'll make that cutthroat sort of in your face Karrion Kross that people know full well through the way he's built up his career. And it'd be interesting to him to start up a faction because it needs to be done. Because what I saw on my Facebook feed this morning is that I saw the likes of him being number one t-shirt sales just by one promo alone. That just, since he's launched his own t-shirt, you know full well there's going to be something planned for WWE, but they've put that product placement straight perfectly. He's number one t-shirt sale this week. And I'm thinking he needs to pick up a stable. And you may think, okay, who's going to be behind it? I feel like the likes of possibly CM Punk's involved, because obviously he helped the demise obviously towards Paul Heyman's group. Now the thing is, they haven't even got, Paul Heyman's group hasn't got a name for themselves yet. Even though, I don't mean like the participants, obviously the likes of Seth Rollins, the likes of Bron Breakker. I don't mean that. I mean the name of the faction they are building. They haven't got a name. I'm hoping it's going to have a really good name for themselves. And then, and I'm thinking, because Karrion Kross didn't want to join Paul Heyman's group, he sort of subliminally said that on Monday Night Raw just gone. I feel like he's going to start his own group with the likes of CM Punk. That would be interesting. Because I know he teased towards something with Kross Van Vliet, or whatever you pronounce his name, on his podcast when he got interviewed. He says, I've got something big planned with CM Punk. But he didn't mention his name. Now, the reason why I'm thinking this might be still going ahead, you look at his t-shirt design. It's a hand with 4 strings. Could they be 4 participants in the stable? If I'm not mistaken, that's a hand on his thing, like a puppet master sort of thing. Now, for him to have his own t-shirt design, and for him to do what he's doing at the moment, when's he getting in the ring, when he's doing this, when he's doing that, that's why I feel like Karrion Kross is going to be one of those long-builded storylines towards Survivor Series. Because if you notice, War Games is not this year. Looks like they've scrapped that idea. To be honest, I feel like when I look at War Games, I think that ran its course far too quickly. And with the last one, it was a final straw. It could be not used this year, but it's not been confirmed yet. You know, have that old school build towards it and then announce it. It'll make sense. Instead of just hoping War Games is always going to be on Survivor Series. But I feel like they're building up two stables to face each other. And when I look at the likes of Karrion Kross, who else could he actually have in that faction? You know, I'm not being funny, but yeah, CM Punk can prove himself. He's already proved himself. He can go in the ring still with the young ones. He proven it in the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. But I literally feel like something's on the cards with Karrion Kross this year. You know, and we don't want to rush it. It caught my eye when I literally had to put it. It caught my eye when all of a sudden Karrion Kross was sort of involved with the Logan Paul and AJ Styles one. So what happens if the likes of AJ Styles is joining that group at some point? Or is it going to be Logan Paul? You know full well they've literally have to have something planned for Karrion Kross this year. And I'm all for it. It's about time he's been used. I didn't like him when he was putting that sort of helmet gear. I liked him when he's that brash, hardcore sort of biker sort of gimmick. Where we've actually saw glimpses over the years when the likes Trips rehired him. He's one of Trips' favourites at the moment. So, for creatives to finally find something for him, I'm all for it. I really can't wait to see what actually materialises from this. Because the thing is though, it's not just the t-shirt sales. And people may say, "Oh, I didn't get a crowd reaction," because they don't know what they're doing with him. But I've kind of worked it out. You look at his new t-shirt design; it screams a new stable, a faction in the WWE, and that will make it really, really interesting going forward. So that's what I mean, guys. It's just nuts, absolute nuts to think that he's not even had one match in a numerous of months, and he can shift that many merch. It just shows you what he's capable of doing. So you've got to think something's on the cards, because if they're not going to push him in the right direction, finally, what's the point of having him around? That's just my thoughts and opinions. But thank you ever so much anyway. Keep supporting this channel. Thank you ever so much for the 11 people that have hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 100, and I can't thank you enough. But until next time, guys, catch you guys soon.